Hello everybody, this is Amy here. Welcome to my backyard and welcome to my garden. It's been a while since my last garden tour. I thought I would make another one. Initially I wanted to wait until all of my roses are in bloom to do like a rose tour, but the timing of the rose when they're in bloom is a bit off. Some have bloomed, some actually have finished blooming, and then some are just budded up. So you know what, I'll just do one now, showcase what is in bloom, and then I guess I can do a part two or whatnot once the other ones catch up and are in bloom. So let's start off with my backyard. I have some in the front as well. I'm not sure I'm going to showcase the front, but we'll start with the backyard, okay? Hey Tara, what are you doing? Okay, so let's start from this entry point here. This is how you get to my backyard. Don't mind the little corner here. It's a bit messy. It's actually better than before, but this is sort of where I store all of the seedlings or plants that are still in early baby stage and they need a little bit care, and some of them do not like the sun, so they are hanging out here. So let's start from this side. I have some cosmos here that I started from seed. They're starting to really grow and put on some good size. So hopefully in maybe 3-4 weeks, I should have flowers. This is a batch of English daisies, I believe these are called. I started these from seeds inside, and I didn't expect them to bloom this year, but to my surprise and delight, they are blooming. And if I'm not mistaken, they are also perennial as well. So if they winter well in this planter here, I should be getting some back to return, next year. So they're quite pretty, and I think they're more like spring flowers if I'm not mistaken. They don't quite like the heat. They probably prefer more shade, so that's why they're here, because they're kind of shaded by these big evergreens here. And this is a Sun King Aurelia. It is so pretty. I love the color of this plant. I actually have three. Two are planted in ground, so you got one here and one all the way on the other side. We will be going over there, so you'll see it. And then one in a pot, and the one in the pot is actually not doing so great. It's very small, very tiny. I'm not sure what the reason is. Maybe it's didn't like the winter too much this year. I got here a begonia. It's actually in a hanging basket that I cheated, just popped into this planter here. It's been doing so well, blooming non-stop. I got this one at Walmart, I believe, for like $10. Such a good price for this one. And typically begonias will bloom for me all season long. And the orange flowers here that you see, these are gem. This one is totally tangerine. I love this one quite a bit, so I added up, I should have about, I would say 4 dotted around the garden. And I just absolutely love this color because it's not really orange, entirely orange. It has a tint, for myself at least, a bit of a pinkish to it. That's why I love it so much, because if it was just straight up orange, I wouldn't be adding it to my garden. And here I have Annabelle hydrangeas. These are 2 that I propagated or split or divided, from its mother plant. I actually have a whole bunch of them split from its mother plant, and it should be blooming white flowers for me and then turning gray, greenish in late summer, early fall. And here I have some hugras. They're doing pretty good. They got damaged quite a bit in the winter. They heaved upwards, and then I had to top more soil up, so they are somewhat recovering, but they're still on the very small side. I love adding hugras in my garden, but I've noticed some varieties don't come back quite as well for me. Maybe my climate is a bit too cold. Pansies here are still doing really, really well here. I've noticed some in pots are starting to sort of die back, so I've kind of removed them from the sun and hiding them in the shade to see if they would recover. Another gem is too bad. This one, let me see if I can step in here and get closer. This one has such a lovely color, but it is, as you can see, sort of at the tail end of its bloom season. But look at the color of this one. Is it not pretty? It is so cute. Too bad. I should have captured. If I can find an earlier video or picture, I'll post it on here for you to see what a lovely color this is. This is a new rose I got this year, and this is called, I think, showpiece berry. Here it is. Look at that color. I've never seen this one before. I've seen it this year for the first time, and so I grabbed one of this. It also comes in 2 or 3 other colors, so I got 2. This one is the berry one, and I also got a blush one as well. All right, I'm not sure if I shared this little tidbit about me, but I love collecting geraniums. I absolutely love this color. It's kind of like an apple blossom color. I try to winter them. I've been doing it for 2 years now, I believe. This will be my 3rd. So I collect them, and then in the fall I bring them inside and overwinter them indoors. But look at this gorgeous pink color. It is so pretty. I think I got 3 of these. I have been trying to locate this one forever. Where's the tag? Oh, here it is. So I've gotten the smaller variety where the leaves are a bit smaller, but this one I have never seen until this year. So I found at Vandermeer, and I got 2 of them right here. They're currently in pots. I'm not sure if I will be transplanting them into the ground or not, or leave them in the pot to see if they will overwinter for me. So that's taking a bit of a chance, but yeah, I'm still sitting on the fence what I want to do with that. And here I have these lovely dark burgundy, what are these called again? Oh my goodness, totally forgot what they call. The name up on the screen if I remember. But yeah, isn't this color so pretty? I normally don't really buy this variety, but this color is so gorgeous that I couldn't pass up on it. So bougainvillea have been on my sort of wish list for a while. I've been sitting on the fence for about 2 or 3 years, and this year I finally said, okay, let's grab one. And out of all the colors I've seen, this color is probably by far my favorite. It's so vibrant, it's so pretty. It was loaded from top to bottom with blooms, but these ones have fallen off, and I only have a bit at the top here. I hope it grows a bit bigger and produce more flowers. I got my olive tree here. I'm planning to prune off the top a bit so it would bush out a little bit more instead of just growing slim and tall. And here is one of 2 that I have of this, not Mandevilla, what's the other one that starts with a D? A Diplomenia, I think that's how you say it. So I got 2 of these light pink ones. One is here, one is here. These were inside my house. I overwintered them in there. They did phenomenal actually at first, still flowering well after I brought them inside. And then for whatever reason, all the leaves started to fall off towards spring, which is so weird because you figure they would do it during winter, but it was towards spring that they lost all its leaves. But it's starting to push out some new growth, so I think it's happy again and it's going to bloom for me this year. At least that's what I hope. And then over here is my main, middle flower bed. It's not even a bed, sorry, I should say my potted flower garden. So if you've been watching my videos or been following, you would know that this whole middle section is all stones and gravel. So whichever plant you see in the center here, they are all in individual pots. I know, it's pretty crazy. And I've been asked a lot, how do you keep them water? How often do you water them? Is it hard? Does it take long? And the answer to all that is yes and no. I've been planting or gardening in pots for several years now, and I love it. I love the flexibility it gives me to switch my plants around, because some plants will be in bloom but they do go out of bloom, and then I can remove that one, put it into a different section to store them, and then replace them with another plant that is currently in bloom. So I constantly have colors. So let's start here. These geraniums I started from seed, and I think this one, oh my goodness, I think it's the scarlet one. Lost all my tag. Where are my tags? Oh no, I didn't lose my tag. So, note to self. I thought I was being environmentally friendly by using these popsicle sticks. Well, look, all of the words are gone. I guess they washed off. So, great idea inside my head, but in reality, not very practical. So I will have to see once they bloom to see what color. They look like they're red. I did seeded a scarlet type, so maybe that's it. Okay. Dahlias was not a plant that I initially was planning to add too many if not really at all, because in my experience, I normally would buy them in the variety package from Costco, and they always end up being super tall, and I don't really want tall ones in my garden. So this year I located some that were already potted up, were starting to bud up and blooming also, and they were at the right height. So let me move this one. So this is sort of what I was looking for, but I could never find them in bulbs, so I now am having to find them potted up already. They're a bit more expensive, but at least they are the color that I want, which is extremely important, and the height that I want, and they bloom all season long. So I'm gonna try to save the tubers, overwinter them indoors. I've never been successful before doing that, so I'm gonna keep trying until I become successful. Here's another variety. Oh, I just love this dark, what is it, like burgundy color, magenta? I'm terrible at describing colors, but yes, I love this color. This is another one that I got potted up, and I hope to overwinter. Here's another color that I absolutely adore. So these are a bit older, and this is a newer one. You see that it's kind of orangey, but it has a tint of pink, and that's like an apricot color that I really love. And they too bloom non-stop. So I try to be very good at deadheading. This one I should be deadheading soon. Same thing with this one. So when I deadhead it, they will focus their energy here with the small emerging buds here, so that they will keep blooming for me. So pretty. A new rose. This one is a David Austin rose. It is called Gabriel Oak. As you can see, it is budded up and it is ready to bloom any day now. I love this color. What is this? Deep pink, some variety of pink, magenta even. And it's supposed to be sensitive, if I'm not mistaken. So I've added quite a lot of David Austin roses, so they're brand new to me. I have never grown them before, so I don't have any real experience to share with you all, but as I garden and as the season progresses, I'll have a little bit more information to share. The one next to it, maybe I should save that one. Okay, you know what? She's all budded up. How about I save that one for a next video when she's actually in bloom for me to highlight what she is. But that one is new. This one is new, but they, as you can see, they're all budded up. This one is a gorgeous one, but she's out of bloom now. She only has, what, 2 left, I think? Yes. So that one's super old. This one, I did take a video and tons of pictures of it, so I'll put it on the screen, but this is Distant Drums, and it is a gorgeous rose. Look at the different colors around the rose. So it's kind of like purpley on the underside, but tan brownish orangey in the center. It is just absolutely stunning. It's probably one of my favorite. No, actually, no, correction. They're all my favorite. I keep lying when I say it's one of my favorite. They're all my favorite. This is petunias. So speaking of a plant of flower that I never intended to grow a whole bunch of, petunias one is that at the beginning of the season, I did not plan to add to that many. I don't know what happened. Somewhere along the way, I ended up collecting and adding tons of these. It has a variety of different flowers in here, but this purple petunia seems to be overtaking all of them. This is another flower that's in this combo. And then there's also a verbena, but it's none of, oh, here it is. There's one that's in bloom right here. So I think it's budded up and is just starting to rebloom again because I deadheaded a whole bunch of them, and they do take a while to recover once you deadhead them. This is an absolute new rose, and I cannot wait to show you this one. It is so pretty. I think it's called Carrie, but it's a new one to me. It's a very small plant when I got it. Another first for me. I reached out to a gentleman on Facebook Marketplace, and I have never ever bought roses from there before. And so I was somewhat taking a chance, but he had this rose that I've never seen offered anywhere else. So I actually got 3 from him. 2 are doing, actually this is the only one that is doing really well. 1 sat and was only green twig for the longest time, but is finally showing some sign of life. It's actually, where is it? It's being babied across there. I'll show you once I get over there. But 1 died on me. So 3, 1 is thriving, 1 is finally emerging or growing, and then 1 died. So I have to say, from that experience, I don't think I will be ever buying from Facebook Marketplace again. Was not a great experience, to be honest with you. Here we have a brand new rose to me. I believe I was told it is an Asian rose, and it is called, the English name is Memory of Blue. Chinese name, I'm gonna give a try to say Yin Yin Qing, maybe, but it is super fragrant, and I love this color. I hope it grows bigger. It is starting to push out some new growth here. So this one is a new one for me. It is an Asian variety. Really love this rose. I love the color. And I think I've mentioned before, wallflowers are super new to me. Never grown them. Always actually wanted them because I've seen them in videos of other YouTubers that I watch, and I just love them, but I've never seen them in my area until this year, or maybe I just never pay attention, to be honest with you. But I got 2 different colors. So they got this purple one. I think I grabbed 3, maybe 4 of this, and then there's another variety on the other side. I'll show you once I get over there. And this is some snapdragons I started from seed inside, and it's finally budded up. So I should be getting some flowers soon. These look really healthy. So another thing about snapdragon, I love snapdragons, but the variety I used to grow gets super tall. So this year I intentionally picked knee-high varieties to keep them a bit shorter, because I put them in containers and I don't really want them all that tall, to be honest with you. So let's see how these one go. Here's another petunia that I got. Absolutely love this color. Ooh, look, there's a weed here that I missed. Okay, let's pop that one out. I love this color. So pretty. One of the things I have to regularly do is deadhead to encourage new growth and to keep it more tidy. It is a bit of, it's a lot of work, but it's worth it. Here is a dahlia that I got back in April, and she and her fellow sisters, I guess you can call it, they have been blooming non-stop for me. It did suffer crazy powdery mildew. Oh, I missed a leaf here. So this is what it looks like when it was covered in powdery mildew. So I took off all of the leaves. It looked so bare at first, but look, it's starting to recover. It's doing nicely. And like I said, non-stop. This one should be deadheaded soon. So once it gets to this stage, I would cut it off, and then it would encourage new growth to come from the bottom here. As you can see, these are all the new ones that are coming up. This color is gorgeous. And here is another brand new rose to me. And I was so surprised. I wasn't even looking for it, to be honest with you. I came across it and was just over the moon happy. This one is called Moonlight in Paris. And look at her. She's all budded up now. She should be opening and in full bloom in a few days, but it is a young plant, so it's not ginormous, not that big, but it should grow fairly big if I'm not mistaken. But the coloring on this one is like gorgeous. I have pictures of this that I got from my research, so I'll post it up if I can find it. My peonies, oh my gosh, It's so weird. I had no idea I grew all white ones, but I thought I grew some red ones. See, that's another thing about growing or buying things from bare roots or, tubers or bulbs. You just never know if they're labeled properly. But regardless, it's so pretty. This year is its second year in my garden. So I got 3 of them, 2 here, and then there's one on the other side over there. But it is super, super scented. My goodness, my garden right now smells divine, honestly. Like, I hate to sound so braggy about it, but it smells like roses and peonies, you name it. It just smells so, so nice right now. Oh, I shouldn't miss this side. Oh, this one is so pretty. Look at this color. It's a petunia that I just got recently, and I have been looking for double petunias for a while, but in the color that I like. And I finally found 2. This one and this one, purple one here. And these ones, I'm gonna be crazy. I'm gonna try to overwinter them inside, to be honest with you. I just love this color so much. So let's see if I'm gonna be able to successfully overwinter them inside the house. But look how pretty this color is. So these are the doubles. Couldn't pass this one. Begonias. Okay, so there are a few plants, flowers that I so-called collect. Roses being one of them, of course. Begonias is another one that I sort of collect. And then, what's the hellebores? I went crazy about them this year. And then petunias, I think, is a new one that I have this collecting urge to get all the different colors and try to overwinter them. Oh, look at this, so pretty. Oh my goodness. Lovely purple color. Here's another petunia that I didn't get this. This is one I got for a while, but I'm gearing up for fall color. So these were on sale, discounted right now. I forget, like 20% or something. It's not a huge discount, but I love this color. I think it plays really well. I rarely ever use this type of dark color like this, but I think it actually plays really well with the lighter color as well. And these daisies, I finally got my hands on these. Oh my goodness, so pretty. I don't know why I had such a hard time looking or finding these in the past, but originally I bought one of this color. Then the other day I was at the garden center, Vandermeer, one of my favorite garden shopping oh my gosh, what am I saying? My favorite garden center in Ajax, and these were on sale for $5.99 only, and of course I couldn't help myself and got 4 more. The original price was like $11.99, so super good price. Look how gorgeous this color is, and look how lovely it is paired with all the other colors around it. New rose alert right here. I cannot wait until she blooms. She is light pink, and she's a David Austin, and she has an upright growing habit. So I'm pretty sure a lot of you have already guessed what she is. So I cannot wait to see her in bloom. That one right there is not a new one. It is Summer Romance. She is probably 3rd or 4th year in my garden. Last year she struggled quite a bit, didn't do too well. Honestly, this year she's not doing all that great either, but she's recovering and she's budded up. So I should be getting some blooms this year. Super excited about that. Same thing with Delish. Delish here is probably, I want to say 3rd year, and it got eaten down all the way down to the ground. So it's recovering, only has 2-3 stems right now, but it is budded up. I'm so happy to see it come back and didn't die on me. I was so sad about that. As you recall, a lot of my roses suffered from rabbit damage this year, and I heard a lot of other people had the same problem as well. Here's another one that is new because this plant itself is just purchased this year, but I already have another one in my garden. So this will be a second plant that I'm adding of the same variety. It's called Savannah. Beautiful pink color, very fragrant. The other one should be blooming. Is it blooming? Oh, it's budding up and it has color. This one's new, so it's just budding up right now. No color yet. Can't wait to show you the blooms once it is flowering. Columbine. This is one that I started from seed last year. So last year it just grew a whole bunch of leaves for me. This year is actually flowering, and they are considered perennial. So I'm hoping it will come back next year for me. Look, my pansies are still doing pretty good, looking healthy still, haven't fizzled out. We have been getting some hot weather, but it seems to be holding up well. Let's see how it does in July though. This is a mini dahlia that I placed or planted in ground. This one I did not start from seeds. I bought it as a potted plant. Love this color. Added a whole bunch of Gara. So in the past, I've always had Gara in my garden, but they were always in pot, and I've been so stubborn. I've been trying to overwinter them in pots for like 2 years, and they've never made it. So this year I'm like, okay, fine, I'll give up. I give up trying to plant them in pots and overwinter. So I plant them in the ground. So hopefully it will come back for me next year, because they're considered perennial. Look at this clematis. So this clematis probably in my garden for, I say, 3rd year now. First 2 years kind of didn't do a whole lot, and one of the other reasons why it didn't do well is because I had a huge lilac bush right here. So I think it was covering a lot of its sunlight, so it was not super happy. But ever since removing it, the lilac last year, and planting this Sun King Aurelia here, this clematis is just exploding this year. It had a lot more blooms, but it has faded, and these are the remaining blooms. But just check out that color. Is it not gorgeous? So pretty. It looks like it's very happy. I like to add a lot of clematis in my garden because I've been collecting a lot of roses. So I think they pair really nicely together. Here's a rose that I'm so happy that she's coming back. This pretty lady, very lovely, deep pink color, and I think it's somewhat fragrant if I recall. 3rd year in my garden, sustained a whole bunch like really bad severe rabbit damage, so the fact that it is pushing out new growth here makes me so happy. New one, David Austin rose. This one is called Gertrude Chico. I've heard people say Jekyll as well, but I think it's Chico. Look at this rose. So 1st year in my garden, it's doing really well considering it's 1st year. It doesn't have like a tremendous amount of bloom, but it is doing well, so I'm super happy about that. And so over here I have 2 roses. Oh, actually, there's one right here that's new. Well, new to the garden, but not new variety. So I don't know if you recall, there used to be another rose here. That one was called Sunbelt South Africa. It's an orangey one. This year I had dug up 3 orange roses because I kind of no longer like orange roses. So I dug all of my orange roses up, and I've replaced that spot. I actually moved it over a little bit. The other one used to be here. It got overcrowded with Dark Desire and Delaney's sister. So the new one, I moved it over a little bit just to give these roses more room to grow. But this one is called Delish. And Delish, if you recall, is also on this side. So this is the first plant I got of Delish. This is the second one. It's doing pretty good. It's budded up. It should be flowering anytime soon. Another Gara I added into the ground this year. This one is a dark pink one. I like adding these whimsical type of flowers into the garden because they kind of grow in between other plants, and they're not, they're kind of, you can see through them. So I think it adds a nice layer, a nice texture, I guess, to the landscape. Look at this Napata. I love these. They smell so nice, and I just love this purple color. And I think this purple pairs so pretty, so nice with roses. What is this variety called? My goodness, I can't remember. You know what? If I can find the tag somewhere, and I should, it's just hidden somewhere under here. Anyways, if I can find the tag, I will post it up. But I have one here, 2, and then the 3rd one over here. I also have some kind of Nepeta over here, but I can't remember what variety it is. Honestly, I'm so bad at remembering names, terrible at them, because I add so many every year. It's just so hard to keep track of them. Here's another Nepeta here. I actually had originally two, and the second one took up this whole space over here. I felt it was overwhelming, overcrowding everything around it. So this morning I dug up this one and then left just one. Last year it was like 1/5 of the size of what it is this year. Look how pretty the color is. I have to say, seems like it has more stems than it has flowers. I'm not loving that, to be honest with you, because it's just all leaves. So I have to say I'm a bit disappointed in the way it's growing. It might just come out. Yeah, if it's all leaves down here, just a bit of flowers on the top, that doesn't work for me. Like, I'm expecting flowers like this when I'm planting catmints or Nepeta. Okay, new rose, new rose. Anyone want to guess what this one is? Yes, it's a David Austin. It is still in its green container. It is Olivia Rose Austin. I usually don't go for this pale pink, but I love the growth habit of this one, and it just pushes out so many blooms. So she got added to my list this year of new roses. It's too bad she's not in her prime right now. These blooms are a few days old now. I think it's super hot today, so they're all kind of like wilting a little bit, looking a bit sad. I actually sat on the fence about filming it during the day and maybe waiting in the evening time, but anyhow, here we are. But yeah, look at this, first year, still in its original container, but doing fabulous and amazing. The one next to it, I stumbled upon, and wasn't really been eyeing it, but it wasn't necessarily on my list per se, but I found it at a local like pop-up garden center, and I thought, okay, you know what, I must have it. It is Da Vinci, Leonardo da Vinci. Here's the tag. Beautiful pink color. And this one should stay somewhat compact, not huge, which I love, because oftentimes roses are so big and you need a lot of room for them to grow. But look how lovely it is beside Olivia Rose Austin, and then this dahlias right here. This one is planted in a pot, and I think the coloring, the pairing of these three is so, so pretty. Next to these one, Pink Promise. This one also gotten eaten all the way to the ground, but look, she's bouncing back and budding up, should be flowering in the next, this week, sometime this week. I think I miss Dark Desire. Dark Desire was third year in my garden. Last year, sent out all these crazy cane. This year is a bit more tame. It's a bit on the manageable side, and it's not pushing out like canes that going out to the side. Last year I had one long one that came out like this. So I'm so glad she's behaving this year. But not a lot of flowers this year. This one also suffered from rabbit damage, so it's understandable. It's just recovering right now. Delana's sister is right behind Dark Desire. This one also, of course, no exception, got bitten down by the rabbits. So it is budding up. It should be flowering any day for me. Right beside Pink Promise, I have the Sunny Knockout. I have to admit, I got two of these in my garden. Back in the days, yellow roses were my favorite color. But in the last 2-3 years, I've kind of moved away from yellow roses, but it's doing so well that I don't really want to dig it up and maybe just leaving it, but we'll see. So I got two of this, one on this side and one on the other side over there. We'll come over to look at that soon. Not a new one, not a new variety I should say, but the new rose plant. So this one is called All Dressed Up. Beautiful pink color rose. I have one over on that side. The reason why I bought a second one is because I thought the first one was going to die on me because it got eaten so bad, and I really love it so much, so I thought I'd buy a second one as a backup. But regardless, I think the fact that the other one came back and this one will be great. So it will mirror each other on each side of this garden. Okay, this one I have been eyeing, and it has been on my wish list forever. And can you guess what rose this is? Very unique color. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I absolutely love that color. So this one is called Koko Loko. And man, I have been trying to get this one for 2-3 years, and they sell out before I even get to the garden center. This year I got 2. No, sorry. Originally I got 2. I now have 4. So I got 2 bush rows of Koko Loko, and I got 2 standard tree roses as well. They're in the front. They're not flowering yet, but they're budded up. So super excited. Look at that. There's that one there, and she's another one over there. Oh my gosh, I am so thrilled. Finally got my hands on those. So the one on the fence, yellow rose. So I was into yellow roses, remember? Yeah, so I have 2 of the same variety. This one is called Moonlight Romantica. I think I've mentioned before, if you've watched my video, I had no idea it could be a climbing rose. I bought it as a bush rose, and then it kept sending these super long canes up. So then I trained it up and fanned it out, and guess what? Look at all the flower buds I got this year. So excited. I can't wait for it to be in full bloom. That means my whole entire fence here and on this side will be covered in yellow roses one day. This lovely one right here, goodness gracious, last year it suffered from so many different things. Black spots and rust, you name it. It wasn't looking very happy last year. This year, look at her. More than blush. Gorgeous baby pink flowers. Look how pretty it is. So I have 2 of this, one here and another one right in there, but that one is a lot smaller for whatever reason. It always has been smaller. Maybe because it's this one is in the front and it receives more sunlight, perhaps. I really don't know. But yes, I got 2 of these. And so far, fingers crossed, no disease, no black spots, and no rust yet. Yay. Oh, these are so cute. I love adding these. I've always tried to grow them in pots and see if I can winter them, and they never come back. So this year I go, okay, I stop pushing the limit and just put them in the ground and see what happens. They should be coming back. They're perennial, but they're so pretty, are they not? Look at the color. Finally got my hands on these, like I said. This one's a pink variety. And look at the different shades of pink as they age. I got 2, so I got 1 of this planted here. Originally, we'll go over there, but that one is all covered up because roses are bigger now, so you can't see it really. One of those things where at first, when your garden is just starting to come back to life from in the spring, you think, oh yeah, it looks good there, and then it turns out it's not all that great when everything else catches up to it. These heucheras are always the ones that come back really good for me, the darker color ones. The lighter ones, not so much. But these ones are really lovely. I love that dark pop of color in between all the other flowers. Oh, I loved it. Look, pansies are still doing pretty good. Still looking healthy and fresh. And then I added some Negociana. I didn't grow these from seeds this year. These are the shorter variety. I got them in a 6-pack, I guess. They're doing pretty good. Isn't this color so lovely, especially beside Total Tangerine? This one is a salvia. What is it called? I just have to put the name up. Like I said, I'm terrible with names. I think it's a... Oh wait, I found the tag, I think. So, oh, there it is. Back to the fuchsia. And it is such a profuse bloomer. It goes for a very long time. And once it's done, I just lop it off, give it a Chelsea chop, and sometimes it does rebloom for me. And the gem there, that's total tangerine. That one is the oldest one in my garden, and it is the biggest one. It actually fills up this whole area. I'm thinking I should split it this year. Divide it, sorry, because I think it's healthy for them when you, every 2-3 years or so, you divide them. Otherwise, they kind of struggle a little bit. This rose here, it's always struggling in my garden, but I love that color so much, so I don't have the heart to dig her out. But yeah, every year she gives me only a few blooms. Not sure why, and I don't even have the tag, don't even know what she's called. Okay, my phone got heated and it shut down on its own. So we're gonna start from here, and then we're gonna wrap around this way to and where we ended in the previous section, okay? Since we're here, let's go over some of the plants on this side. Most of these are more shade loving, especially the geraniums here. I think these are called Martha's Washington geraniums. I believe these don't like the strong sun as much as the regular geraniums, so that's why they are placed here. They get some sun, but not full day sun. I don't know if these calla lilies are, I can't remember if they're supposed to be sun loving or not, but anyways, they're placed here. These ones I actually bought a bag from Costco. There were 4 of them in a bag, and you don't know what you're gonna get, but these are the colors that I got from it. I started them from inside, I think sometime in either March or April, but they've been blooming quite some time, doing really well. And this color is actually really gorgeous. Look at this. So I don't know how long they're gonna bloom for. My first year growing these in the garden, so new experience, still learning. I will keep you up to date with my experience with them. The other color I got from this package is this deep purple. This one I find is a bit leggy compared to this other color here. Still nice color, but not as compact. It's kind of messy. It's growing all over the place. And then the 4th color is this white one right here in the same package. Really pretty. So there were 4 of these in one bag that I got. I love collecting these geraniums. Don't ask me why. I have this type of personality. When I like something, I will get all sorts of colors of the same variety. So I just got this one yesterday, a trip to Vandermeer, and they had a special on, 2 for the price of 1. So buy 1 get 1 free. So I got these 2 new colors, and look at this color. Isn't it insane? Deep burgundy color. So pretty. And then that one was the second I got. These ones I got earlier on in the season. They're not really blooming quite as well, but they're starting to now. And this color is quite pretty. This one's a lighter white with red in the middle. I can't really remember what color this one is. It's probably very pretty, but yes, I'm just waiting for it to bloom. Look, it's all budded up now. And this one I got from last year that I overwintered inside. Look how straggly this is. I'm not really liking the growth habit of this one. At one point I wanted to chuck it out, but it's a gorgeous color, so I'm going to keep it. But you know what I did though? Because it wasn't looking so healthy, I took a whole bunch of cuttings and I propagated it. And all of her babies are hiding or hanging out here, and they propagate pretty easy. So I have a whole bunch of this. I'm planning to give my sister some actually when they're a bit older. My sister doesn't like it when they're small like this. She likes them when they're a bit bigger, so I'm gonna grow them on and give it to her when it is a bit bigger. So these are the geraniums. So I tried to overwinter these begonias indoor. Will I do that again? Most likely not. It's just really not worth the trouble. Look, it's taken forever to rebound back. It was huge last year. But in all fairness, it is just starting to warm up in my area, so it does take some time for things to start, growing again. But yeah, I don't think I'm going to be overwintering these again. Just a bit too much trouble for very little reward, to be honest with you. I'll just buy new ones next year. They're not even that expensive. I just wanted to experiment to see how they go. Another one I'm collecting, geranium. These are, I think, the ivy variety. Look at the color in this one. Is that not so pretty? It's So I got this color, and then where's the other one? Oh, there it is. And this other pink color of the ivy type. The leaves on these ones are so thick. They are expected to trail a little bit, I think, these ones. So I don't normally buy this type of geranium, but I thought I'd add to the collection and see how it goes. If I like them, I'll buy more. If not, then that's it for them. Snapdragons that I started from seeds indoor. I think I started these in March. This color is so pretty, is it not? So as I mentioned, these are the shorter variety. They don't grow too big, so they're perfect for pots or even as in-ground use around the border because they don't get too crazy tall. Oh yes, I should mention, I bought a whole bunch of these begonias. What are they? Are they rhizomes or are they tubers? I think they're tubers, right? Yeah. So there's a whole bunch of these, and they're all here. So they're starting to bud up and flower. My next video, if I do another one, I should be able to capture them in full bloom. So I can't wait to see what color I got. Like I said, when you buy them at variety bag, you just never know what you're going to get. So let's start from this side and then we'll go to the other side. These are the salvias. They're about done, but look at the color of these ones. Even when they're finished blooming, I love the calyx. Look at that dark rosy color. So I can either chop this stalk off and then wait a few weeks for them to reflush for a second bloom. They won't be as many blooms like this the second round, but you will get some blooms. So I'm sitting on the fence whether I'm gonna leave it like this because I actually don't mind this at all. I find it quite pretty. So we'll see. I got 3 of these. What is it called? I finally found the tag for these. They're bellflowers, balloon flowers. So I got these from Costco last year. The funny thing is they die all the way back and you won't see anything during winter time. So I thought there were nothing in these pots. At one point I was about to throw them out. I actually emptied out one pot and found a whole root ball. That's why I'm like, oh no, there's actually flower in this pot. So I saved them, and thank goodness I did, because look, they're flushing back out and they overwinter so well in these pots for me. And they're not here. They're not even that big. These pots aren't even that big, but they were left out here under my gazebo here, and look, super hardy. Very impressed. So these are new-ish to me. Normally, like I said, I don't really grow a whole lot of petunias, or these are Kella, what is this? Kella something. Oh my gosh, names are just escaping me today. I'll put the names on the screen if I can. Let me see the tags. But yeah, I added a whole bunch of this year. Look at this color. So pretty. I might try to overwinter one plant, not all 3. I normally buy things in 3. Not sure why, just a habit of mine. But here are 3 of the same color. So pretty. This dahlia here, I grew from tuber, and it's finally starting to push out a lot of growth. It took it a while. It took its time growing. I found it a bit slow going, but like I said, the weather is just starting to warm up. We've had some crazy long cold spring this year. Ha! New rose. David Austin's. I bought a whole bunch, like I said. So this one only had 1 bloom. It was here and I had to deadhead it because it was done, but look, it's pushing out a whole bunch of new growth. So I think in the next video, hopefully, I'll be able to showcase what it looks like. But I did take a whole bunch of pictures, so I'll pop that onto the screen. But it's too bad that I don't have any flowers right now to show you guys. This one is new, so pretty. These are old blooms. They've been blooming for days now, so they don't look their best. But this one is called, oh my goodness, where is my tag? Oh yes, Princess Alexandra of Kent. I will have pictures and videos of when it was new blooms, and the coloring is different. This one is light pink now because it's aged, it's older, but it is a bit of a darker pink when it just opened up. And this one I am so glad I found, because I had one before, didn't make it through the winter, and I happened to stumble upon it because I don't see this available in many places. This is Singing in the Rain. It should be an apricot pinky rose, so we shall see. Looks really orange here though. Yeah, quite, we shall see. This one is Asian. No, not Asian. This is not Asian, is it? Oh my gosh. I can't remember if it is. No, I think it's a David Austin one. But I don't find this available on the market often at all. And I came across this at a local family-run garden center. It is, I think, is it called Kira? It's a David Austin rose. And this bloom is so pretty. I can't wait for it to bloom and for me to show you guys. It's all budded up here. It is a baby plant, so it is very small, but it's already forming flowers for me. Super happy. This one is another one I'm excited about. Another David Austin. Let me see how you pronounce this. I've heard people call it Elwick rose. Pink flowers. The formation is so pretty. She's all budded up, but I haven't opened yet, so you'll see it on my part 2, I guess, of my garden tour or rose tour. This one is a hydrangea in a pot. This one, it should be Bobo. Yes, it is. So it's a Bobo hydrangea. It should have white flowers and then age into a more, I think, rosy coloring when it's towards fall. This one has not done well until this year for me. It took a while. I actually got 2 of them. The other one definitely not doing well. This one is doing much better than the second one I have. So I can't wait to see it bloom this year. Super excited. Like I mentioned, went a bit nuts with my dahlias, but can't complain. Oh my gosh, oh no. I think my dog just broke this branch off. Yikes. Ugh, but this color is so pretty. This one I will be deadheading. So when it gets to this stage right here, you deadhead it and you cut it all the way down so that the plant can concentrate on developing these flower buds for bigger flowers. Okay, this tag is probably wrong. This is when I bought roses and did not care, or I shouldn't say did not care, just didn't keep track of what rose I have. So it's all budded up. I think from my research is this, La France, I guess. Pink flower, I think fragrant too, if I'm not mistaken. So in my next video, you should be able to see these in bloom because it is all budded up. This one right here, second year in my garden. I have to say I'm a little bit not so crazy happy about its growth habits so far. This is Earth Angel, super fragrant, but it tends to do this. And it doesn't quite open up for me. I'm not sure why, but it tends to just get stuck like this. So yes, so far I'm not loving its growth habit, but it does have a whole bunch of buds here. It should be blooming in the next few days. Hopefully those will open up properly, but yes, I don't know why that it gets stuck like that all the time. Does anybody else have this experience with Earth Angel? And next to Earth Angel, I have one that I have lost last year. It died on me, so I found another one. Princess Charlene de Monaco. This bloom is gorgeous. This flower, I should say. And she is all budded up. Should be flowering any day now. Super healthy plant. Look how healthy she is. Side note, this year, I think because of the weather that we had in spring, some of my plants, this one included, look at this. Oh, I missed this leaf. Had a lot of powdery mildew. Yes, so I had to remove quite a bit, and then one of them had rust. Where did it start? Yes, I think it may have started from Poseidon. One of these roses. So it started to get rust, and I've read that is also another common side effect of having so much rain. And so far, I've removed all of the rust, all of the powdery mildew as best that I can, and I sprayed it down with neem oil. So hopefully that will keep the disease at bay. This is second year in my garden, Savannah. Savannah is a very pretty pink rose, super fragrant. I love her so much that, remember, I bought a second one and tucked her right there. So I have two Savannah in my garden. So in my next video, you'll probably see them in full bloom. But yes, very lovely rose. Here's another one that I've had before. Oh, too bad. Look, she's not looking so good anymore because it's too hot, and this will happen. This is what she looks like when it's too hot. But I have pictures. Ooh, look. Getting lots of pollinators visiting my garden. One of the reasons why I plant so many flowers because I love watching butterflies and bumblebees and all sorts of other insects flying around. It's just so peaceful when I'm out here enjoying the garden when I see them. Yeah, so this is Bolero, super fragrant. I've had it once before, probably between 7 to 8 years ago. Died on me because I had it in a pot, didn't know what the heck I was doing, and I killed it. So I bought another one because it is such a pretty rose. And next to it, oh my gosh, look at the color of this rose. Like I said, I normally don't really go for red roses unless it is super dark like this. So pretty. And look, lots of buds. Brand new this year. So look how healthy it is. It is doing so well. Oh, I can't wait until more blooms come out of this one. This one is a very healthy rose. First year in my garden, and what is she called again? Too many new roses. Oh, Cinderella Fairy Tale. It's a light pink one. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Olivia Rose Austin, doesn't it? The coloring. So this one I've read is quite a bloomer. It gets pretty big. And I can kind of tell, look, she's sending out this crazy cane right here already. But yeah, I think she's a healthy one. I don't think I've seen any mildew or disease or black spots on her yet. So hopefully she's a very healthy one. And under them, I usually tuck smaller flowers, so petunias. Oh, this is the other wallflower color I mentioned that I got two different colors. This one is so pretty. Doesn't have as many blooms as the purple one, but the blooms are so pretty. I'm gonna try to overwinter these. This, I think, only go to zone 7. I'm 6A, so it is a bit cold for it, but I'm gonna try my best to see if I can overwinter them. I would love for them to come back. More dahlias in pots. Love this color, so I got a whole bunch of similar colors like this. I just think it plays so well with all the other colors in my garden. So I got some poppies here that's self-seeded, and I just left it be, and it is doing pretty good. Hopefully I'll get some blooms in the next week or so. Snapdragons I started from seeds that are budding up. Should be flowering anytime soon now. Oh, so I have a few roses here. I don't think I've showcased these. No, this one is Peach Glory. If you recall, I already have a Peach Glory. It got eaten down all the way to the ground. I thought it died, so I purchased a second one as plan B. I love it so much I don't care if the other one comes back, and they did come back. So here's another Peach Glory, super pretty. I bought this one. This one is new. I usually don't do white or yellow, but this one is a creamy white yellow rose. I think it's called Le Perla. I'll put the name on the screen. I apologize. I'm not the best with names, so. Oh, here's another one that is so, I'm so happy she's making a rebound. So this one is called Apricot Candy, sorry. Apricot Candy. She just sat there with twigs all season long until I lopped off the top, prune her back, and look, she is starting to push out new growth. So that's something I have learned this year or discovered in my journey of growing roses. Sometimes it seems like a rose, if you just leave the stems and not prune it back, it just sits and sits. And this is another example of that. Here is a sweet Mademoiselle. Look at it. It is finally starting to form new stems, but it just sat there for the longest time, did absolutely nothing until I pruned it all the way down and it starts to push new growth. I'm a newbie at roses, so if anybody who is more experienced, has more knowledge, if you can share your thoughts on that, that will be much appreciated. I'm still learning, and yeah, that surprised me that once I pruned it, it kind of stimulated new growth, and now it's bouncing back, which now I've learned something new. These are stalks that I started from seeds indoor, looking good, very pretty. They tend to look a bit sad like this when the weather is a bit hot. I think we kind of ended around here in my last segment until my phone died because it got too hot. Ooh, another new one. All budded up. David Austin Rose, Bosco Bell. Gorgeous pink color. Deeper pink, I would say medium pink, but I love the growth habit of this one. I don't think it gets too crazy, too tall, too big. So loving that one. And then I have Tournament of Roses. So I've bought so-called Tournament of Roses once before. The color did not come out anything like it's supposed to. This one I'm hoping is going to match the color of its tag. So that's Tournament Roses, all budded up. So next video you should be seeing them in bloom. Let me see, I don't think I've missed anything here. So I've talked about Distance Drum before. There's only 2 blooms, so these are old, so I'll put up a video or picture of when it was in its prime, okay? Let's go down this way. Oh, this one. Love, love, love its growth habit this year. This is Party Hardy, and she's just starting to bloom, but this one's not a good example of her bloom. She looks a little bit, I don't know, not, what's the word? Not beautifully formed, I guess, but she's all budded up. Look at that. This will be her second full season. So I bought her 3 seasons ago, but the first year was in the fall. So there's not much, happening in terms of growth and flowering. So this year she is super happy. Look at that cluster. She has so many buds. Super excited about this one. I love the coloring. Here is another all dressed up. Remember I mentioned I bought a second one, which is there. This is the first one I got, and it got eaten really bad, so I thought it might not make it, so I bought a second one. So super happy it's budding up, should be flowering soon. This is the second Koko Loko, all budded up, and should be flowering any day now. So happy. So I have 4, like I mentioned. That's how much I like that color. Here is my second, the Sunny Knockout. It has pale yellow, a little bit deeper when it was first open. This one tends to always get some kind of disease. That's why I was sitting on the fence whether I would dig it up. But this year, it seems to be doing okay so far. No black spots, no rust. So it gets to stay another year. This one is another gorgeous rose. This one is Easy Does It. Not quite in bloom yet, but all budded up. This one is such a pretty color because it's not orange. It's kind of pinky orange or apricot even. I don't like orange roses, but if it has a tint of apricot or pink, then it gets a spot in my garden. I got 2 new roses here. This one and this one. So I don't know if you recall, I had 2 other roses here. One was Living Easy that was there, a very orange one that I dug up this year and replaced with this new one. And then another one here is called Rosa. That one had always had this funky color that I've never loved but never wanted to dig out for whatever reason. Well, this year I decided to dig it out and replace it with these 2. Okay, now I can't remember what the name of these 2 are. My goodness gracious, today I'm so bad with names. I'll put it up on the screen. It's also like along the pink magenta color. It's budding up. It's first year in the garden. I bought two identical ones. They looked exactly the same, but for whatever reason, this one is not happy. Look at the amount of yellow leaves it has, but that one is very happy. I wonder if they prefer less sun. Never grown this one before, so I have no idea what it likes. A new one back there. It is, oh my gosh, this one has been on my list for so long, and I finally got my hands on it. Reminiscent Coral. I bought two of these because I wanted it so bad. So I got one here, and also there's one on that side. So when they're in bloom, I can't wait to show you the colors. This one is finally in her best year. This is probably 4th year. This one is called Invincible Spirit 2. It's a very mauve pinky hydrangea, and it barely gave me any blooms for the first 1 to 3 years. So she's finally doing really well, growing so big. Can't wait for the blooms. Look at that, budded up, looking great. I also bought another one that is more mauvey, ruby, I guess. It's called, it's a ruby variety. This one is his 3rd year, and it is still teeny tiny. I hope that she's the same thing as her, just taking her sweet time, but that one has a darker pink color, and this hydrangea is going to look amazing, I hope, when she's a little bit bigger. She looks like she's, nope, she's not budded up. She's just growing leaves this year. Oh well. Some just, you know, take longer than others. And here is a rose that I've had in my garden. This is her 3rd season. Fun in the sun, got bitten really bad by the rabbits, but finally bouncing back nicely. Her leaves are a little bit on the yellow side this year, and she's not really budded up with a lot of blooms, but you know what, that's fine. She's just recovering from her injuries. So as long as she's alive, I'm happy. I liked her so much, I actually bought a tree form. It's in the front of my house. Like I mentioned, I really like Gara, so I added a pink one right here. Oh yes, asters, they're not quite in bloom. So here's an aster that I planted or started from seeds. So I can't wait for these to bloom to show everyone how they look like. Dancing in the Dark is finally bouncing back. This one, I have 2 in my garden. This one is the bigger of the 2, and there's also one right there. That one is slowly recovering, but slowly. This one is bouncing back nicely. It is budded up. It is smaller than it used to be, but understandably, because it was attacked by the rabbits. Petunias, no, these aren't petunias. These are, what is that one? That's our sea. Oh my God, I don't know why I can't remember the name of that one. But look at the gorgeous color. My goodness, it is so beautiful. Oh my goodness. So far, doing really, really good. It's in a pot. It's not planting in the ground, and it's doing really, really well. Roses here. A new one. Been wanting this one. Sunbelt Plum Perfect, and look at the purple color. Can't wait. It is still on the small side. It was a small plant when I bought it, but it's doing really well. Super happy about this one, this purchase this year. This one is also a new purchase, and you won't believe what this one is. Mazara. I think it's a Japanese variety if I'm not mistaken, and this is how she looks like, or should look like at least, when she's in bloom. So I got 3. 1, 2, 3. Can't wait for it to be in bloom to show everybody. This one's also a new one, and honestly, I have no idea what this one is called. I totally forgot to ask the lady, but it's an Asian variety. Super fragrant. It is a smaller plant that I got here. So let's hope this year is going to put on some good size, and next year will give me a lot of flowers. Also a new one right here. Look at this purple. Almost like plum perfect, doesn't it? Very fragrant, super, super fragrant. This one's an older bloom, so it looks like this, and this one is newer, and it has a cluster of blooms on this stem right here. This one's a new one. Based on what the lady said, this is what it's called. I really don't know, and I can't confirm it, but I'll take her word for it. If anybody knows or think they know what this one's called, please let me know. Here's Peach Glory bouncing back. I think I showed in previous video, I might have a picture, I'll show it. It was eaten down to the ground, finally bouncing back. I was so afraid I was gonna lose it, so I bought a second one. This one's a new one. This one is the Showpiece blush. There was a Show Peach Berry all the way on the other side. Here's a blush one, all budded up. Brand new rose, never grown before, super excited for it. And then here's my other Dancing in the Dark, smaller one. It is bouncing back, so I'm super happy about it. I love the tangerine, totally tangerine gem so much that I planted one here last year. It's not as big as the one in the middle section of my garden, but it is doing pretty good. Super happy this one is coming back. Look, it's starting to bud up. It is small because it is just starting to grow back. It's eaten to the ground. And this one, I think this one, if I'm not mistaken, is bred by a gentleman named Brad in Vancouver. I had no idea, just learned that this year. So beautiful rose. If anybody likes like light color, peachy, almost creamy color, this one is a really good one to have in the garden. And these are annuals that I got this year. Love this color. Really, really pretty. It's been blooming since like April non-stop. These alyssums I started inside from seeds, and I love how delicate looking they are. They just intertwine between all of the other flowers. Add such pretty color, and it's scented. I don't know if I like the scent, to be honest. Someone says it smells like honey. To me, it does not smell like honey whatsoever, and it's not exactly a pleasant smell either, but I apologize if you like the smell. I don't. More petunias. This color is so unique. It has a bit of a pink tone to the edge there. I normally don't like variegated stuff or like multicolor, but I also was collecting a whole bunch of these mini roses. I totally forgot to showcase them on the other side, but they were, look at the amount of mildew. Starting to bounce back and pushing some new buds here, but yeah, they had a whole bunch of mildew on them. Look at that, like literally had to strip off all of his leaves. This one, same thing too, starting to develop new growth here, but look, still have some mildew left on it. Yeah, these mini roses are very prone to it. And here I have stalks that I grew from seeds. Beautiful color. These are all singles, but the coloring is so pretty. So that is my garden so far. It's coming, not alive, what am I trying to say? It's blooming and bursting with colors. Everything is slowly coming to life. It did take a while because we had such a cold spring, wet spring even. We had warm weather, cold weather, warm weather. I think a lot of plants suffer from that fluctuation in temperature. But yes, I am loving how everything is coming along. Can't wait to show you the rest of the roses when they are blooming in my next video. Okay, so one of the plants that I have to relocate are these nepeta that I bought last year, and I had no idea it was going to grow this big, so it is a bit too big for this space now. I don't recall reading the tag and seeing that it would be this big. Anyhow, the bloom is gorgeous. I actually have two plants in this patch here, so I'm thinking I'm gonna remove this one and leave this one for now and see how it looks, because they're just covering things that are behind here, and those plants, I think I have a hellebore there and a gem there that is just not happy because they are being covered. So yes, one of those things in gardening, you kind of place certain things and it just doesn't work out, so you have to make adjustments. So this one will be removed. So the nepeta, one of them at least, has been removed. And it came out pretty easy, so it's good. Here's the hole that it left. And as you can see, I mentioned that some of the plants behind it were suffering. So here's a hellebore that I have. She's not happy because she was totally covered. So I try to save her for sure. And it was just overly crowded here. So I think this is much better. Okay, so let's look from this view. I did switch some things around, move some stuff around, and it is looking so much better. Okay. Let's see it from this view. Oh, geez, I almost tripped here. Yes, much better. Less crowded. Took out the nepeta here, left one, so it still gives me that purple color I really, really love. But it has opened up this spot right here. I did plop one of my new rows in there. It's in a very pretty basket. Although I'm putting something else there, it's lower, much lower, so my hellebore there, she still receives enough sunlight and air circulation to be happy. I think I'm going to monitor the situation and see if I need to make any other adjustment. But yeah, pretty happy. Yay. So here is the nepeta that I removed. Look how tall it is. My goodness gracious. Last year it was probably 1/5 of that size, maybe 1/6 of that height size. It must love that spot. But I did give my garden a top up of compost and fertilizer, so maybe too much fertilizer, but yes, it is massive. I'm gonna have to find a new home for it, but for now it's gonna be in this pot, and I gotta decide what I want to do with it. So today's video was a bit on the long side. I apologize if it was a bit too long. There were actually more to cover than I had expected, but nevertheless, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you in my next video. Have a good day. Bye, everyone.